In this video, I'm going to give you 6 tips if you're a Christian man on how to be more attractive to a beautiful Christian woman. Hey everybody, I'm Mark from ApplyGodsWord.com, a place where we apply the Bible to your life. If you're new to this channel, we're all about applying the Word of God to modern topics and questions. We talk a lot about relationships, singleness, your future marriage, how you might meet the one, your calling, really anything that you have a question about. I'm open to trying to apply the Word of God to that question or topic. So before the video ends, you might want to leave me a comment, ask a question, or just give us your thoughts about what's being said in this video so we can benefit from one another. And if enough people are asking a similar question, I'll do my best to answer that and do a video on that question. So in this video, again, we're going to talk about 6 things that make you more attractive as a man to a good Christian woman. So the first thing I want to say is that all of this can be taken completely out of context. You know, as a Christian, I don't know the motivations of your heart. I can't control how people are going to use this information, and you can definitely misuse it. I have another video on 5 signs of a Christian player. So, you know, if someone has bad intentions, they can pretend to do these good qualities to try to manipulate the feelings of Christian girls. And by all means, a guy can, you know, idolize the beauty of a girl and just idolize women and do this, pursue these girls in terrible ways that aren't biblical or aren't helpful. But I also want to say it's not wrong for a Christian guy to want to be more attractive to girls. It's not wrong for him to not think about how he's coming across to the girls that, you know, he meets in life. So that's really what this video is about. It's about how can a guy put his best foot forward, and what do Christian women want in a guy so that you can have a successful marriage to someone that you enjoy and that you're attracted to. I also have a few other videos about topics that I'm just going to avoid in this video, like attraction. I have a video on the importance and the lack of importance of physical attraction. And again, I also have a video on 5 signs of a player, someone who's pursuing you for wrong reasons. So I'll leave some links in the description of this video if you want to learn more about those topics as well. So to start, the first thing I want to say is that God made attraction, and it's a natural thing. And most of the time, people are attracted to other people like them. You know, usually a tall person is attracted to a tall person. A shorter person is usually attracted to a shorter person. And obviously these are generalizations that aren't always true. But in general, people are attracted to people who have similar qualities as them. And this is the same in Christian relationships. So the first thing I want to say is that if you want a beautiful, great Christian girl, then the first thing you need to do is be a great, strong Christian man. You know, you need to require the same things of yourself that you are looking for in a future spouse or someone that you want to date. So in this video, I'm really just going to be describing 6 qualities of a godly man. And I think these are on topic of what is attractive to a Christian woman, because God made us to naturally be attracted to, healthy people. So a good, beautiful, healthy Christian woman is going to be attracted to a guy like her. So here we go. This first one's a big one, and it's that a godly man does not demand respect. He embraces responsibility. Every man wants respect, but only a real man wants responsibility. The defining difference between boys and men is responsibility. You can't be a leader, you can't be a strong man if you're unwilling to have responsibility in your life. Responsibility is a prerequisite for leadership and significance. If you aren't willing to take responsibility for the well-being of other people, to sacrifice yourself for their benefit, and to, sacrificially let go of things for the benefit of serving others, which is really what responsibility is, then you're not going to be able to lead anybody. You're not going to be a strong Christian man. You're going to be living a smaller, less significant life because all you're doing is worrying about yourself. people of significance are those who embrace responsibility. I'm really not one to make big generalizations about a whole generation, and I'm not a big fan of millennial bashing, and I am a millennial, but I do want to say that I think there is some red flags in a lot of millennial men, in that they're really afraid of responsibility. We want to grow our beards out, we want to look like strong men, but when you aren't willing to take on responsibility, you're missing the essence of masculinity, of true strength. So in summary of this first point, Proverbs 31 is really the go-to passage on the defining characteristics of a godly woman. I encourage you to read that passage for yourself, but in that passage we get some insight on what a godly woman is attracted to. It says in Proverbs 31 verse 23, it says, "Her husband is known in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land." In other words, a godly woman wants to be with a man who's well respected. If the guy is sitting with the elders at the city gate, that means he is taking responsibility for the well-being of that village, of that place, of that community. He is worrying about the needs of other people and using his time to take responsibility for things of significance. So this beautiful Christian woman that's described in Proverbs 31 is married to a man who has embraced responsibility. So again, all men want respect, but only a real man wants responsibility. The second quality of a godly man that women find attractive is a man who knows he's a man. In other words, he's validated. There's nothing more unattractive to a Christian girl than a guy who doesn't know who he is. Essentially every guy has a question inside of them, and it's, am I a man? Am I a real man? And a lot of times a girl won't be able to know the difference that she feels around certain guys, but basically usually the difference is that one guy, and everything he's doing is asking the question, am I a man? And then other guys are expressing the answer that they already know. Yes, I am a godly man because God has validated me in that way. Another way to put it is that a godly man doesn't go to a woman to find his strength. Rather, he goes to a woman to offer the strength that he is already being given by God. A lot of times, guys will go to a woman to try to see if they are a man. We equate a beautiful woman with the answer to that question. If I can get a beautiful woman, I must be a real man. And so guys are walking around not literally asking the question, am I a man? But we can see them asking that question in the things they're doing. Are they one-upping everybody in a story? Are they flaunting their muscles or something? Or are they flaunting their fancy car, flaunting their money, or just bragging or whatever? When guys are doing that, they're asking that question. Do you see me? Am I a strong man? Let me know, because I'm not sure. But a real man already has that question answered, and he's been validated by other men, and hopefully by his father. But ultimately, true validation as a man comes when you know that you're a son of God by the grace of Jesus Christ. I learned a lot about validation as a man and getting those questions answered by reading the book Wild at Heart a long time ago. So the book's a little bit dated, and John Eldredge, I don't recommend for deep theology, or if you're a brand new Christian, it's not like a Christianity 101 type of book, but you might really benefit from reading Wild at Heart by John Eldredge if you want more information on getting that question answered as a man. Number 3, a godly woman is attracted to a Christian man who has direction in life. Another thing that I learned from reading Wild at Heart is that a woman doesn't want to be the adventure, but she wants to join her man on the adventure. A lot of guys feel like the purpose of life is to find a Christian girl, love her, and be loved by her, and that's basically the main goal. But a Christian girl who's mature knows enough about herself to know that she's not that interesting to sustain a guy for the rest of their life. She knows she's not the adventure of a lifetime forever. She wants to be loved, she wants to be cherished, she wants to be pursued, but she knows that, this guy is going to need more than her. She doesn't want to be the main focus of life. She doesn't want to be the adventure, but she wants to join a man on an adventure, on a purposeful life. We all want to be remembered for something of significance. This doesn't mean we all need books written about us or that we need to be the next Billy Graham, but it does mean that we all want to live a life of significance. We don't want to be remembered for cuddling on the couch, binge watching, full seasons of Netflix and going out on the town every single weekend. Those are fun, and there's a season of life for that when you're in a relationship or you're newly married. But a woman wants to be with a man who's going somewhere in life. He has direction. He has a career path. He knows how he wants to serve God. Number 4, a woman's passion for a man correlates to a man's pursuit of that woman. So a Christian girl wants a man who has initiative relationally. It doesn't mean she wants someone who's going to control everything and order what she wants for dinner and all these dumb, superficial types of leadership or masculinity, but she wants a Christian guy to have some initiative. When there's a problem in the relationship, he's not cowering in the corner waiting for her to come and figure it out. He's there willing to work on it. He's, pursuing her. Number 5, a godly Christian woman is attracted to a good provider. Now, I can see a lot of guys getting upset by this one because a lot of times people leave comments on some of the videos I make and say Christian women or just women in general are gold diggers. All they care about is money. They won't date me because I don't have the best job ever. And I get it. A girl can take this out of context and want like a guy just for his money. Obviously, I'm not saying that, and that would be inappropriate and sinful. So yes, of course, a woman can be superficial about how much money a guy makes. And I'm not saying a woman can't make more money than a man or that she can't have a full-time job. Obviously, she can if she wants. And maybe your whole life, she'll make more money. But a good Christian man cares about provision. He cares about finances. And he's going to make sure that his family has what they need one way or the other. He's taking responsibility for the well-being of his family. And so even if a woman doesn't have a family with you, if she doesn't have kids with you, you're not even dating maybe, but, subconsciously or maybe even consciously, a good Christian woman is already thinking about the kids she doesn't even have yet, if she wants to be a mother. Again, not all Christian women want to be mothers, but many of them do. I would say most of them do. And she's already planning about the well-being of her family. And that's not selfish. That's not wrong. That's being smart. She doesn't want her kids to be on the street. She wants to make sure the guy she marries is responsible and can provide for the family, or at least cares about the finances and isn't a drifter, so to speak. So to put it another way, I have a young daughter, and yes, when she gets of age and starts dating, I'm going to be teaching her to look at what type of career the guy has and to look at his track record with employment. He doesn't need to make all the money in the world, but I'm going to tell her it's a red flag if he can't hold down a job. And I guarantee you, if you have a daughter one day, or if you have a daughter right now, you're going to be doing the same thing. Because we all know a good guy can hold down a job. In summary, number 6, a beautiful Christian woman is basically attracted to a mature Christian man. Boyhood just isn't attractive to mature Christian women. So you can summarize all of these points by maturity. We as men should be maturing into the man that God has created us to be. And if we're doing that, and we're doing our best to honor Christ and just be a godly man according to the scriptures, a woman's naturally going to be attracted to you because God made it that way. Well, again, I'm Mark from ApplyGodsWord.com. I hope you enjoyed this video and maybe you learned something new. And if you want more information on singleness and relationships, you might enjoy my book, The Ultimate Guide to Christian Singleness. As you see, it's in paperback, but I also give this book away for free in an ebook version on my website. So I'll leave some links in the description of this video if you want to keep learning about these topics. Well, thanks for watching, and God bless.